First of all, how is everyone? Happy Chinese New Year. Sure, you're not spending time with your family. Instead, you're coming here to chant. Huh? Okay. Very good. What's the saying? The Dharma never rests. Even in New Year, Chinese New Year, it always continues. So let's read a little bit. The past few days, we have reviewed the mundane right view. Today, we are going to quickly cover review the superior right view. The mundane right view, the right view of karma and its fruits provides a rationale for engaging in wholesome actions and attaining high status within the realm of reverse by itself does not lead to liberation. Why? Because to accept the law of karma, we still limit our aims to mundane achievements. We have motivation to perform noble deeds, accumulate meritorious karma, leading to prosperity and success of here and now. Fortunate rebirth as a human being or enjoyment of celestial bliss in the heavenly worlds. Within the logic of karmic causality, there is nothing to impel the urge to transcend the cycle of karma and its roots. So what do we need to do to be able to transcend this cycle of karma? We need this superior right view. Other translation is called supramundane right view. What is the superior right view? It is this understanding of the Four Noble Truths. Then what again is the Four Noble Truths? It is understanding of suffering, dukkha, understanding of the origin of suffering, understanding of cessation of suffering, and the way leading to the cessation of suffering. Usually to memorize this easily, I use the keyword SOCP. Okay. Suffering, S, suffering, O, origin, C, cessation, P, the path. Yeah. Suffering, origin, cessation, path. That is the Four Noble Truths. This whole paragraph explains all the detail. What is dukkha? What is the noble truth of suffering? Starting from the birth, from what we can see evidently. Birth, aging, sickness, death and everything we experience in between. Sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. When we associate with the unpleasant, that is suffering. When we separate from the pleasant, that is suffering. Not to get what one wants. When I was a kid, there's some expectation of the amount of ang pao. If the amount of ang pao doesn't reach my expectation, so I did not get what I want. That gap between what I want and what I get, yeah, that is suffering. And the last one, in brief, 5 aggregates of clinging are suffering. Yeah, the last one is the subtlest one, the deepest one, is the most difficult to see. While the rest we can usually see and experience in our day-to-day life. Okay, what are the 5 aggregates? Material form, yeah, our physical body, feelings, whatever we can feel in the terms of pleasant, unpleasant or neutral. Sometimes translated as neither pleasant nor unpleasant. These three types of feeling: perceptions, how we see things, mental volitions, mental formations, and consciousness. Our bare awareness. All connected with clinging. And why did the Buddha say this is suffering? Because if we cling to these five aggregates, and these five aggregates are impermanent. When we cling on to something impermanent, when we base our happiness on something impermanent, when it eventually changes, then whatever we cling on to, our happiness starts to falter as well. Yeah, you can see in this line here. The reason, he says, the five aggregates are dukkha is that they are impermanent. They change from moment to moment, arise and fall away, without anything substantial behind them, persisting through the change. Since it is always changing, utterly devoid of permanent core, there's nothing we can cling on to for the basis of security, for the basis of happiness. There's only a constantly disintegrating flux. If we clung to it with the desire of permanence, when the reality is always impermanence, it will bring a plunge into suffering. That is a quick summary of the first noble truth. The second noble truth points out that the origin, the cause of dukkha is our craving. Here it says craving as the dominant and most pervasive cause, the origin of suffering. What is the third noble truth? It is the cessation of suffering, and simply put, it's a liberation or nibbana. Then how do we reach the cessation of suffering? It's none other than, back again to the Noble Eightfold Path itself. Suffering, origin, cessation, and the path. That is the Four Noble Truths. Okay, any questions so far on this superior right view and the Four Noble Truths? Okay, if not, let's continue. This Four Noble Truths is developed in two stages. The first one is the right view that accords with the truth. Satya nunomika samadhi. The second one, the right view that penetrates the truth. Satya pativeda samadhi. When we study right view, when we acquire right view that accords with the truth, we have a clear understanding of their meaning and significance in our lives. We start by learning the truths and studying them, and then we deepen our study by reflecting upon them in the light of experience until one gains a strong conviction as to their veracity, strong confidence to the validity of the Four Noble Truths. But even when we study deeply, the truths have not been penetrated. Like all of us, we have been reading the Four Noble Truths probably many times in our lives. We study them repeatedly, but still, we haven't exactly penetrated the truth. Why? Because we only grasp it conceptually, not directly see it or realize it for ourselves. To arrive at the experiential realization of truth, it is necessary to do what? To take up the practice of meditation, to strengthen the capacity for concentration, then develop insight or wisdom. How to develop insight or wisdom? Insight arises by contemplating the five aggregates, the factors of existence, and discern their real characteristics. What are their real characteristics? Impermanent, non-self, suffering. Dukkha, anicca, anatta. By seeing nibbana, the state beyond dukkha, one gains a perspective from which to feel the five aggregates and see that they are dukkha simply because they are conditioned, subject to ceaseless change. When this experience has been reached by practicing the Noble Eightfold Path, one knows for oneself that the path, the Noble Eightfold Path, is truly the way to the end of dukkha, the end of suffering, finally and completely. The last paragraph concludes that the right view that penetrates the Four Noble Truths comes at the end of the path, not at the beginning. But we start with the right view to conform with the truths acquired through learning and fortified through reflection. This view inspires us to take up the practice to embark on the training, the threefold training in moral discipline, concentration, and wisdom. When the training matures, the eye of wisdom opens, penetrating the truth, freeing the mind from bondage. Okay, any questions or comments? So we have reviewed and concluded the superior right view. If not, since this is the first day of Lunar New Year, let's do sharing of merits. Let's put our palms together. Let's share the merits to the Devas, the Buddhas, the Nagas, the dragon spirits, and to all beings. Wishing them to rejoice in the merits, to protect the Buddha Sasana, to protect the world, and to protect ourselves and others. Akasata Jabumata Devana Gamahidika Punyang Tang Anumoditva Jirang Rakantu Sasanang. Akasata Jabumata Devana Gamahidika Punyang Tang Anumoditva Jirang Rakantu Desanang. Akasata Jabumata Devana Gamahidika Punyang Tang Anumoditva Jirang Rakantu Mang Parang. Etawata Jamhehi Sambadang Punya Sampadang Sabi Dewa Anumodantu Sabha Sampati Siddhya. Etawata Jamhehi Sambadang Punya Sampadang Sabi Buddha Anumodantu Sabha Sampati Siddhya. Etawata Jamhehi Sambadang Punya Sampadang Sabi Sata Anumodantu Sabba Sampati Siddhya Bhava Gupadaya Avachi He Tato Etantare Satakai Upapana Rupiya Rupija Asanya Sanyino Dukkha Pamujantu Pusantu Nibbute. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. 愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Happy Chinese New Year, happy February, and happy Tuesday. Thanks everyone for participating. I'll see you guys next time. I can show your oranges.
Happy New
万事如
Year.
意，
Yeah.
菩提精进啊，
everyone.
不会双修，阿弥陀佛。
阿弥陀佛。拜拜。
Bye bye.
Bye.